Weather coverage you can count on with Chief Meteorologist Kate McKenna and the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
We're still tracking that risk for severe weather for your Wednesday. The most widespread concern is going to be that risk for damaging high winds, 50 to 60 plus miles per hour. But there's also that risk for tornadoes present, a few possible in fact, and that risk for localized flash flooding. So let me walk you through this forecast. I'll show you kind of the timeline of everything. But first, take a look at what we've got on the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network. Each one of our 3 radars showing some type of activity here. Got a thin line of showers with a few rumbles of thunder, but the bulk of the heavier rain is what is moving through our areas west of I-65. Take a closer look, though, at where we do have a few of those lightning strikes showing up in parts of Madison and Jackson counties. Thin band of heavier rain here from Lacey Spring, just north of New Hope, between Huntsville and New Hope. Now look farther towards the southwest. Heavier rain moving right back into Lawrence County. Embedded rumbles of thunder with that as well. And then farther towards the southwest, all the way south of Amory, Mississippi. This is where we're seeing a lot of this heavy rain generate. And again, I tell you, it's not moving very much to the east. This is moving from the southwest to the northeast over the same locations. We will have to closely monitor that risk for flooding even as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning, without that severe threat really starting to materialize until later in the day. So we're talking in addition to the flooding threat. Tomorrow looks like this. Temperatures start very mild. They stay warm through the day, even with a lot of cloud cover. It's not going to make much of a difference if we don't see many sun breaks, because the wind out of the southwest is going to be gusting up to, let's say, 30 miles per hour. And we're also going to have those dew points close to the 70-degree mark. And with very humid air in place and actual temperatures in the lower 70s, we've got all the right ingredients here with an approaching cold front to get a few strong to severe thunderstorms. We've got that risk for a slight risk here all across North Alabama. So it is a 2 out of 5 on the scale from the Storm Prediction Center. It does include everyone. There's not one part of the area that's included in a higher risk than another. Future radar shows that as we go through the rest of tonight, we're still seeing all of that heavy rain moving along the same locations I was just showing you before finally it gets this push off to the east and we catch a little bit of a breather by 5 a.m. As we get closer to 9:30, notice another band of showers and thunderstorms moving through. Now watch the timestamps closely. This is noon tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms ongoing. I'm going to start to expand out here because we've got this area of rain and storms right over North Alabama, and then we start to see some new storms developing here over North Mississippi, moving up into West Tennessee. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. A couple of things to note. We start to get a line developing here. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow, and we also have some thunderstorms ahead of the line as we get farther into tomorrow night. That's 9 o'clock. Now all the way to midnight. This is what I'm talking about. The line of storms just ahead of the cold front and individual thunderstorms ahead of that. A little bit concerned about this aspect of what this data source is showing, because that's when we can see those individual rotating thunderstorms that may produce tornadoes. So we need to really keep an eye on this, because this is going to be after a lot of folks have already gone to bed. I tell you again to make sure that you've got a plan to enact if there is a tornado warning issued, and this is going to be overnight tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, so you can quickly get to shelter. 5 o'clock Thursday, though, we are done with this round of severe weather. Here's another look at the timeline. Earliest arrival of severe storms starting as early as 3 to 5 in the Shoals along the I-65 corridor, 5 to 7, and across our eastern counties closer to Sand Mountain between 7 and 9 o'clock. Just remember that that threat continues into early Thursday morning. And we're going to get quite a bit of rain, not only with this system, but with the next system on Saturday. So in total, over the next 7 days, we're looking at 3 to 5 inches of rain and localized amounts. That's the reason why I'm a little bit concerned about that flooding threat. 7-day forecast shows that although we still have rain in the forecast on Friday, thunderstorms start ramping back up. The severe threat picks back up for us on New Year's Day on Saturday. And once again, we are right smack dab in the middle of this threat. A little bit too early to start fine-tuning details, but the fact that the Storm Prediction Center is showing that outlined risk for severe weather 4 days in advance tells us that we need to be very, very watchful of that forecast for New Year's Day. And once that system moves through, it is much colder. 24 degrees by Monday morning. Winter's back.